Hello again and welcome to Letter from England, broadcasting for AC Press and the Spanish Evangelical Alliance. This week we're reporting on the very sad and strange occurrence in a church in Madrid in August, whereby a scuffle broke out at the end of the service. According to those present, a transsexual woman attacked another church member who refused to hold her hand for a final prayer. Nevertheless, the woman herself, who's from Nigeria, says exactly the opposite, and her version is what has been published in the media, without anyone having bothered to check the information with those actually present at the church service, the eyewitnesses to what went on. The Christ Embassy Church has been operating and open in Madrid for the last 10 years, and its premises are in the industrial district of Vallecas in the south of the city. It's a member of the Evangelical Council of Madrid, the body which represents evangelicals in the capital in dealings with the regional government, with which it has agreements of cooperation dating back to 1995. The church has never had any problem with local residents, or indeed until now with this Nigerian lady who has been attending the meetings for more than a year, and not even after revealing that she was a transsexual did any problems occur. Nevertheless, the Spanish Association of Transsexuals, which has never made any contact with the church, has said that she started to suffer humiliation and sexual discrimination from the members of the church when they found out that she was a transsexual, and that she was gradually removed from the responsibilities that she was carrying out voluntarily. Well, the church says this is patently not true because, in the words of Andres Martin, the church's pastor, she was just a simple attender who never had any responsibility in the church. The reason she's now pressing charges against the church and complaining to the media is the scuffle that broke out at the end of a service there in August. Several news outlets, without having spoken, I repeat, to any of the people in charge of the church, or indeed to any other eyewitness except the transsexual herself, said that, quote, the woman was violently attacked by a pastor of the church. Well, the facts, according to the members of the church and the pastor himself, are very different. At the end of the service, it's customary in their church, apparently, for everyone to be asked to hold hands together for a final prayer. One of the people sitting next to the transsexual woman, a member of the church but not the pastor, didn't do that and, quote, was unexpectedly beaten with a handbag by the transsexual. And he never responded to the aggression except that he tried to avoid more blows, says the pastor of the church, who was present, but in the pulpit, when the row broke out. Well, according to the media and the Spanish Association of Transsexuals, however, everything happened in full view of the rest of the congregation, who did nothing to prevent what was happening. Well, that doesn't match at all with what Pastor Martin says. He says the church stewards immediately tried to separate them. This was easy in the case of the church member who was attacked by the transsexual lady, but not in the case of the lady herself, since she resisted and refused to leave the church. But she was not expelled from the church, as has been said. Well, after calming down, the transsexual lady apparently called her lawyer and started legal action against the church, stating that she'd been physically attacked. The church member who was attacked by her also lodged a complaint against her, presumably to defend himself from the other charges. Well, in spite of the fact that nobody has verified what has happened by interviewing people from the church, the National Federation of Lesbians, Gays, Transsexuals and Bisexuals has shown its solidarity with the woman and has demanded, quote, the immediate dismissal of the pastor and also the questioning of this evangelical community by the Ministry of Justice as the organisation which regulates the different religious confessions in Spain. They continued to say, we totally condemn the aggression and we expect the whole weight of the law to fall upon the aggressor and his accomplices because nobody helped her, taking into account the transphobia shown in that attack. Well, those are the words of Marc Cambrier, coordinator of the transsexual section of the National Federation. Meanwhile, the Evangelical Council of Madrid has issued a press release where, apart from presenting the facts in the same way as the church pastor, lament what they call this parallel public trial based on information that has not been verified, and they defend the integrity and the history of the church and its pastor, whose report, they say, of what happened should be respected and trusted, and at the very least the presumption of innocence should be applied, so long as the contrary is not proved, which is normal in a democracy. Well, what seems to be more and more normal in a democracy is that Christians, particularly when they come up against groups who have the power of political correctness on their side, seem to be presumed guilty rather than innocent. Indeed, considered guilty until perhaps reluctantly proved in the end innocent. Now, clearly, further investigation needs to be done and the full facts need to be revealed, which is perhaps even more of a reason why no one in the media should jump to such presumptuous conclusions as some of those that we've quoted. We too hope the full weight of the law will come down upon the aggressor, but that aggressor will be clearly identified and that justice will be done. Until then, we should be rather more circumspect and hope that democracy does rule and not the rule of political correctness. Thank you for listening to Letter from England, broadcasting each week at emission.net. Goodbye.